Good afternoon, YouTubers. Today we're gonna be working on designing a propeller, and by looking, a few pages here and there, I found this website about propeller design, and that's a software, full software to design the propeller. I'm gonna be using SolidWorks, but what I want you to look at is to this propeller. It has about 5 blades, and it also has this kind of a cover. I'm not sure if I think is part of it is kind of a tight here or connected. So that's my design. Let's see if it says something here about this design. Surface piercing, ducted. I'm not sure if it's a ducted type. I look might be a ducted, but in my case, I'm gonna provide some support here. That's the difference that I'm gonna be making on mine. It's not gonna be ducted, so it's gonna have the propeller, and the root here will be pretty much as thick as this part, just to avoid. It's gonna be. Remember, this is gonna be 3D printed, meaning that. I'm gonna be using a KV 1000 motor and with about 12-inch propeller, and it's gonna be a lot of forces going on right here at the root. So, and the pitch, I'm not sure, maybe 30, 40 degrees for the pitch. So let's work the details about it. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me show you how this propeller looks like in SolidWorks. Sorry, in SolidWorks. So here's the design. I did it with the four blades, as you can see here, and this ring here is for supporting the tips to avoid bending on the tips, so that they kind of help each other. This is going to be printed at PLA. It's going to be PLA type of printing, and as you can see, the uh, right here, the amount of flex that I provide into it. Uh, so that's going to be the design. It's about 12-inch, 4 blades. So that's what we're going to be doing in SolidWorks. So let's get busy. I'm opening a new sketch here in SolidWorks so that we can work out the details. So let's see. I'm gonna work on the maybe on the front plane. That might do. Let's work on the front plane. I think that's the case. For the front plane, let's work on here, and let's create um, an ellipse. And let's see. That will be about. Let me get out of here for a second. Yeah, and let me straighten this up, and the dimension of this will be, this is the root. Let's say that's gonna be 20, about an inch, 24.4. That will do. And the thickness, compared with a plastic blade of 12-inch, is very thin. So remember, this is PLA. It's not as strong as, so I cannot make it too thin, or it will pop. It will break. So let's say maybe for the time being, you can change it. Let's say 5 millimeters, and that will do. So we have our first part, and now um, let's say we accept this, and let me take a look here. It's sort of like in a 3D, in a isometric, so we get this clear how this will looks like. Yeah, it looks good. What we're gonna do is put here some in another plane, another of these but smaller. It's gonna be from plane, reference, plane. Let's say I'm gonna invert that, and it's gonna be about 6 inches. So you can multiply by 25.4, and you get the proper distance of that. Let's see where we are. Um, about 152.4 looks good. So let's accept that for the time being. And now let's work on this plane. We're going to work on this plane. And so let's make a new sketch on that plane. Let's put that plane, there we go. And now let's work on it, ellipse as well. Now this is going to be smaller. This is going to be 10, let's say it's going to be 10 millimeters. And the thickness. This is the part that requires a little bit of analysis whether it might be too thin or not. You can hit like about 3, maybe that will do. About 2 maybe at a smaller. Let's say for the time being 2 millimeters. All right. So now let's see anything else. Let me be sure that this is well aligned. Let me get out of here. Let's say that this one and this one are horizontal, and that is define my sketch, fully defined now. So let's accept that. So now we have our design, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on, let's see, what plane would that be? Nope, that one. That one will do. Top plane, and let's do a sketch here at the top plane, and let's get this front, and let's draw, um, maybe a line will do. I can use a spline from this point here. Let me get that plane so it don't bother me. So what I can do is get perhaps from here to here a line. Let's use a line. I'm not going to use a curve. It's going to be a line from this point to this point. Perhaps another line from that point to that one. So that look good. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that the blades start to form right away. Now what we need to do is to cover that up. So we're gonna accept that. Actually, before that, let's accept it. Now we can do this. Yeah, I know. We need 2 profiles. How about that one? In the same direction, pick the other one. That's 2. Now the question is, let's see how this looks like. Do I need to do anything else? It looked good. You see? That's what I was telling you. You don't need any guide curves because it's a very simple and straightforward blade. Not a big deal. You don't have that kind of weird looking, like it bent here at the root somehow and then go back like that. You have that, then you have to put a guide curves, but not in this case because they're straight. So I think that we nailed that the way we want it. So we did that. Let's accept that for the time being. Let's say yes, and it looked good. I don't see anything bad with that win. Um, the next part, let me think about it. What should I do next? I think that we can start to work on the hub a little bit. So let's see which plane will be great to work on this. Top plane, definitely. So let's create a sketch at the top plane. Let's get this here. Now let's work it right here. So let's see, circle. It's gonna be right there. Now let's see, it's gonna be slightly larger. So let's see, 25.6, slightly larger than the wing to accommodate this tip inside. Now it's fully defined now. And what we're gonna do is, yeah, I don't care. Let's work on the extrusion, and it's gonna be mid plane. 18 look good. So no, we don't want merge result. And let's see how this work now. Let's accept that. And now let's do the flex and see. If you don't happen to have flex, remember you can look it up here, you know, on the command option, and you can drag it. Like for example, if I hit flex here, it's right there. You hit the left key on your mouse and drag it. That will do. In my case, just I have it already. So now let's do. It's gonna be what's gonna be. It's gonna be this part here. Uh, so the question is, we gonna start up to where? Where we want the full extension of the twisting actually of the twisting. That will be. I got trim 1 and trim 2. Trim 1 is okay. Now trim 2 is not okay. I want that to move somewhere here. So let's say trim 2 is about I don't know, 28 maybe. Let's see. Too much. 25. Maybe a little bit less. 20. Yeah, that would do. It's right after the hub. So I can twist a little bit more, but that looks good there. Let's see how that looks like. And now what we want is 35 degrees, about 35 degrees. But how we gonna do that? We're gonna do that moving this back, so this stay where you want it, and the bending is right show up here, or the twisting, sorry, the twisting. So this is horizontal and this is has the 35 degrees. That looks good. Let's see, anything else? Look good. So this is the leading edge, and that's the back edge of the propeller blade. So I would say that will do. It's about the distance of the blade of the blade in this case. Let's see. All right, so let's accept that, and we got a nice blade. All right, so let's see. How about the others? I want, when you start to add blade, you want to be careful not to interfere one with another, because in this case, what I need to do is to add an axis here. Let's see. Maybe we can do is if a reference geometry, an axis, and how about these? and this face. Yep, that will do. So we say that. Now what I need is to go here, circular, and let's see how this works. Let's get this out. Access to. All right. Now features. We're gonna eliminate these and we're gonna take bodies. There we go. Now let's see. Treat me this as a whole body. Now looks like it picked everything. Would it work? Let's see. There we go. Now as I treat as bodies, then I have here 5 bodies, and that's the 4 wings and the hub. So that had to be combined at the end, but not a big deal. But that's pretty much it. I got my propeller pretty much done. What I would like to do is do the shroud around it, uh, just for support. So let me do that, and let's see how this will work. In which plane should I do that? From plane, right plane, top plane. Actually, that would do. Let's see if I do it there. Right plane, definitely top plane. Let's do a top plane. Let's do it right there. And let me get this looking like that. And let's see. Let's do one circle that will pretty much like this, and this is what we're gonna do. Let's do, I want, let's get out of here. I want this, and perhaps control that should be tangent. That will do. So now it's touching, and now the next part will be, let's make another circle for thickness. I can certainly use any like offset entity, but let's see. Actually, let's use offset entity. We're gonna be picking that one. 10 millimeters is way too much. It's gonna be about 2 to 3 millimeters. Let's say 3 millimeters. Did I accept that? There we go. It's right there. All right. So now features, extrude, selected contour. That will do. Now for on that one, let's say, obviously this is way too much. It's gonna be about maybe 3. Let's see. It's for support only. I think we are done. 3 is more than enough. Let's accept that. And now we got the protection to ensure the tip is kind of balanced along the way. Whether PLA will resist all those forces is something to be seen. But that basically is one design of this ready to get the work done. Now, the next part is combining everything. Let's see if I have it here somewhere. Split. I don't have the combine. Actually, but these, when I put the, I do that extraction, it combine all the bodies in one, which is great because that's basically what I want. Anything else? We are ready to do some analysis on this. Actually, I'm gonna make this hub a little bit better for the proper connection with the motor and see what happened. But that's the design. Nothing more to it. For black and add more if I want to. Go back again and do some here on the pattern. Let's see if I can do that right at the top, out of the bat, without creating too much of a big deal. Let's say 5 here, and let's see if that create a problem. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's accept that, and you have it. Although I have two bodies here, and that's you have to fix it for a single body. Single body you will have to combine, and that's why I have this here. Now it's showing up because I have two bodies combined, so you can combine. So that will be a subtract cooperation type, add that one with this one, and there we go. One only body back again. So look good. I think this propeller is kind of promising. It look good for also for a quadrocopter or something like that. It's a 12-inch blade, so basically, well, this is it. Have fun, folks. Bye.